Okay, let me get this recording going on. But anyway, yeah, the this course right here is really going to be going over basically the opportunity to be able to get into the tax lien investing, but it's several different options for tax liens. Most of the tax liens that we're familiar with, that's actually been into the tax lien business, is going to be familiar with tax liens where you're either waiting on the taxes to come at the end of the year in the newspaper, or you're going to contact the court, who is the judge of probate, to get the tax lien list as for who didn't pay their taxes last year, blase, blase. And a few people who does that, they're very familiar with purchasing these tax liens and waiting the redemption period. And the redemption period can be different depending on the state that you're actually in. I think most of the people that's actually in this course is around Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana, a couple of from Tennessee, Virginia, and California. But each state has its own redemption period. Alabama is 3 years, Florida is 2 years, Georgia is a year, Louisiana 3 years. You know, it can vary, you know, with the states. Oklahoma is 2 years, New York is 2 years, but those redemption periods varies depending on the state. However, I don't really do that type of tax lien investing. What I do is over the counter. And what I mean by over the counter is certain states that does not sell property during a current year tax lien sale, then they're going to move those properties into their inventory. And then I come back later on and see what's in their inventory, and I make an offer. For some states, they allow you to make an offer. Some states will tell you what they'll take for that property right then. And then some states that allow you to they'll tell you what they want for the property. You don't necessarily go through the state. You may have to go through the county, like Oklahoma. Oklahoma has their stuff set up for the strictly just doing business through the county. Florida has a little bit different objectives when it comes to their tax liens. What Florida has going on, Florida pays 18% interest on your money a year, and then which is going to come out to like 1.5% a month. And then Florida also has a 5% penalty for every month that individual is late. So that's 6.5% interest you're making on your tax lien certificate investments per month, which comes out to like 7 to 8% interest. This is why a lot of investors, or a lot of how can I put it, some of the millionaires, instead of leaving their money in the bank to get 1.5%, 2%, 3% interest, then what they do is they invest their money into tax lien certificates in Florida, because Florida going to guarantee them 7 to 8% interest on their money a year. 5% penalty, 1.5% for the interest per month, which it comes out to 7 to 8% a year. Either if that person doesn't pay, then 9 times out of 10, the way Florida is on the tax lien certificates, you have to secure 2 years of interest. 2 years of taxes on that property. I'll show you that in a little bit, how you can go about establishing that. Florida has a real decent way of doing it. Mississippi, they do the same thing with the tax lien certificates. Most of the states going to do that with the tax lien certificates. But what I really wanted to do was, when you guys go into this course and you actually log in, these are the curriculums here. You'll go through these curriculums. Like I told the last class, you don't have to actually go through this. This can get kind of boring when you're going through these right here. the bread and butter for me is actually going down to this area right here, which is the tax lien investment secrets, investor secret ebook. This right here is basically like the whole entire course. Let me click on this. It opens up into an ebook, but this is actually the whole entire course.
In progress.
Was that me? Let's see. Okay. Okay, now I think I got it. Yeah, but this ebook right here is a little less boring than what we, the other, actually going through the course itself. It has a little bit more, a few pictures in here versus, we did it where it can actually be a little bit more convenient. But the important thing is, if you can download this ebook to your phone or whatever devices it is that that you're used to carrying, then you're going to find this to be a little bit more helpful than having to actually log into the course itself. You see, and actually go through this. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to cover a whole lot of stuff in here for this, for this course. It's a lot of information in here, but this is really the bread and butter if you're going to go through the tax course. I recommend that you at least study this, that way just about everything when it comes to that. This next one right here, which is know your tax lien and deed states, this packet right here. Let me go down here, go back up. This right here goes over every state, telling you about the states, the interest rate that they actually paying. It gives you some notes. It's going to go over every state from the tax lien certificate states. And then the last part of it is going to be states that may be a combination of tax lien certificates and tax deed states, because it's a difference between those two. And then this one right here, which is the 200-year-old tax lien secret, tax lien and tax deed investment, it's going to actually go in as well and give you a lot of information as to the difference between tax liens and tax deeds. This is some important information here too. And I can just give you a quick brush over on the tax liens and the tax deeds, the difference between the two, the major difference between the two. The tax lien certificates is where you're actually coming in as an investor. Let's say, for instance, you coming in and you saying, okay, hey, I don't really want the property. I just want to get the guaranteed interest that the state is going to pay me on my investment, on my money. So if you put up $1,000 and you're in, say, the state of Florida, and you pay on someone's taxes, $1,000 on someone's taxes, and the state is going to guarantee you one of two things. They're going to guarantee you to get your $1,000 back plus $780 per year. That's the 1.5% interest per month plus the 5% penalty per month. Okay. Or once the redemption, if you pay, say for instance, you pay 2 years and the 2 years is paid, the owner haven't paid his taxes, and you tell the state, hey, I want to file a foreclosure on that property. Then the state going to allow you to file a foreclosure on that property because the redemption period has expired. Now, some people say that, some people will say, well, time you file the redemption, file the foreclosure at the redemption period, then the state gonna automatically cut you your deed. That ain't the way they do it. What they do is they have a good faith. Most states, all states really have this. They're gonna have what they call a good faith assumption. So they're gonna assume that that person who own that property may want to try to get their property before they actually do that foreclosure. So what the state gonna do, they're gonna try to contact that person. And they're gonna say, hey, this property is about to go for foreclosure unless you pay this amount. you know, it's going to go into foreclosure. And that gives them, they'll tell them that you got 30 days, 30 calendar days, most states. And except for Hawaii. Hawaii only give you 30 calendar days. But some states give you 30 working days, and then some of them give you 30 calendar days. So they're going to give that owner one last chance to get it, you know, to redeem their property. If they don't do that within those 30 days, then the judge going to award you their foreclosure, and then they're going to foreclose on that property, and then they're going to cut you the deed afterwards. Now that's during the tax lien certificate process. The tax deed process is a little bit different than the tax lien certificate. Tax deed, you actually getting the deed to that property when you pay those taxes. So say for instance, it's a 2-year redemption period, and you go and pay those 2 years redemption in a tax deed state, then they're going to cut you that deed for paying those taxes. They also going to give the owner 30 days too, you know, to try to redeem themselves. A lot of the wealthy people, they don't buy properties that I be trying, or what, you know, that most people like us try to buy. They don't really pay taxes on those properties. That's why it be so many. The wealthy people pay taxes on properties that's got mortgages on them, because they know for a fact either the owner gonna pay or that mortgage company ain't gonna try to risk losing that property. They're gonna pay those taxes, you know, if that person get behind them. So the wealthy people, they're more interested in $1 million homes. And if you got $1 million home, then chances are your taxes is about $10,000 a year, because your taxes is normally 1 to 1.5% of the value of that property, you know. So so that's what the wealthy be doing. They'll go and see somebody mispaying their taxes, you know, for whatever reason, and then they go and pay them, and they know for a fact that that person ain't finna, you know, not pay the taxes. They're gonna eventually pay them, and they're gonna get their interest. You know, that's how they securing the interest. They looking at the fact that, hey, my money sitting in the bank ain't getting me but 1.5% interest a year, where I can be getting 18% a year here. So that's what they do with their money. But that's the difference between the tax lien certificates and the tax deed. So this right here, this is a pretty good. It's got a lot of information in here in this course. When you go through this course, yeah, I promise you, you're going to be a beast when it comes to this type of stuff, especially when you see how easy it is now to go in and purchase this, you know, purchase these properties. This right here is the 50 state tax sale cheat sheet that I got. You want to download it as well. It's got a lot of helpful information in here. It goes in, it's going to tell you quick references about, you know, Alabama. It's going to tell you about every state, the governing body, who to contact, how to get the list of the delinquent properties, you know, it's just going to give you a little cheat sheet. It's basically like a little cheat sheet. And how to go about getting the properties in these different states. And it's covering all the states. It's pretty good to have. You know, you want to download that too. This right here is the states that offers what you know, we're going to be going over in a few minutes. The over-the-counter tax liens. And these are the states that actually does over-the-counter. What I mean by over-the-counter is, say for instance, the state has a you say for instance, you're in a state or a county that had an auction for property, and it was on a rainy day, and that auction may have been set for 2 days, maybe that Monday and Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday both it rained, blah blah, no property was able to, you know, be sold or whatever. Then those properties are actually going to go back into the state's inventory, and the states get to sell those properties. Alabama got them, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, all these states right here has over-the-counter properties that you can actually come in and purchase. Or some states say, make me an offer. You know, you make them an offer, you're going to get the property, you know, pretty cheap. Normally, it's like 10% of the value of the assessed value of the property. Normally, that's what it is. I haven't seen too many of them be over that at all. Most of them is 10% or less. Quite a few states doing 5%, over the counters. Here, you have now, this is what I really wanted to show you guys. And y'all will be able to go here. These supposed to be, these right here gonna be, I know they're gonna be available for download today, but it should have been available already, but let's see. Yeah, these are gonna be available, I know for sure today. These are 2 downloads that for private lenders. These are going to be private lenders who will loan you money in different categories. Hard money lenders, private lenders, you got just about any type of real estate deal that you would want to venture off into. It's so many private lenders, and their contact information there, all their programs as to, the type of programs that they're going to actually have available for these particular loans. They have what they call, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what they call non-QM mortgages, which are non-qualified mortgages, non-QM loans. These are loans that are made for people who normally would not get approved for a loan with a traditional bank. These are people who have credit scores 300s, 400s, 500s, maybe just filed bankruptcy, or they don't have any income where they, showing where the IRS can back up so that they can sign a 4506. So these are private lenders who's saying, hey, we don't care what your score is. If you have an idea on doing some property and the property is going to make some money either to sell or to rent, then we'll finance it. Because the reason they're interested in financing is several reasons. One of the reasons is the wealthy people who don't want their money sitting in the bank, and the bank using their money to make money, but giving them 1.5%, 2% interest on their money a year. The banks are taking their money and giving it to these private lenders or these hedge fund companies. And these companies have money that they can put toward real estate. They let these wealthy people know, hey, we can back your money up by real estate, so we ain't gonna lose. 2, we're gonna guarantee you a certain amount of interest on your money a year. So they may be paying these people, 12%, 7% interest a year on their money, and what they're gonna do is they winning. The private lenders are winning this way. They don't get a chance to secure their investments for the wealthy people unless some property is out there being bought, or properties is actually being built to earn income some type of way. So what they do is they're going to be the first primary lien holder on any loans that you do. If you're trying to get a 4-plex built, and you say that 3 units is going to be what they call non-owner occupying, but you're going to occupy one of your units, then what they want you to do is they want you to say that you're going to occupy the unit because you're going to manage the building, the actual unit itself. Most of them won't finance it unless you say that you're going to actually be a manager to be able to get into that one unit. You see what I'm saying? So for a lot of people who may say, hey, I'm tired of renting from somebody else or whatever, and you find a 4-plex, then there's going to be some private lenders in here that's going to be able to finance you with as low as a 300 credit score, and to actually build or buy a piece of property, and as long as the rent, from what I've been noticing, as long as the rent is enough to cover the mortgage and the insurance, and then have some left over for in case if you have maintenance or something like that, then they're going to finance it. That's going to be within both of these, the residential one and the the commercial one. And then in this area right here is going to be Zoom videos that you'll actually be able to go back and watch from the previous Zooms that we've already had with the last course. Also, the Zoom will come for this one right here, so that if you need to fall back and actually see some stuff that was actually going on, then you can go and see that too. You'll always have this. Okay, now, so what I want to do now is I want to try to get into the bread and butter of it all, so we can actually, get down and show you some of this stuff that you're going to be able to see when y'all go through this course. You're going to be able to search out your state, your county, where you want to look for property at. Tomorrow night, I'm going to show you how to purchase property in Puerto Rico. And then also, if anybody have any questions or whatever, or if they trying to, if they are not able to find something in there, navigate around the site, then, they'll be able to share that with me. I can help them, achieve that as well. And then so tomorrow night will be Puerto Rico, show you how to purchase property in Puerto Rico, just like now. And then Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'm gonna show you how to purchase property in the U.S. Virgin Islands. They got some sweet property over there. I was excited, when we got the few properties that we did get, and then that person that won the property, it was a pretty decent size. It was a 100 by 100 for this particular thing here. But let me go in now and show you about a little bit about NACO. Everybody see this particular screen here from NACO?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So NACO, this is a particular site that has a lot of government information on it. It's going to go over a lot of stuff. But you may find some of this stuff interesting or whatever. The key thing about this is that a lot of people have been told that tax liens, are pretty good, so they say great investments, and they can, make you a lot of interest on your money. They can make you a pretty good bit of money, as well as being able to find some pretty good deals. You just want to go in and sniff them out. But the area that we are concerned with is going to be this area right here, the County Explorer. What you're doing is you're going to go to, you're going to click on the County Explorer. Gonna come up a little screen where you just go past this right here whenever it loads up, but which is this one right here. And you can go anywhere in the country and zoom in and find a particular county. You see what I'm saying? And let me go down here to Dade County. So when you click on your county, whatever county it is that you're going to be maneuvering in, you want to go to the county contact, because the county contact is the one who's going to have the information that you need when it comes to purchasing, property. So you'll click on that county. And what you got to do is, some of these counties are, they're different. You got to maneuver around to try to find the area that you're looking for when it comes to purchasing this tax property, and so when you're maneuvering around the site, I maneuver around different ones because I like to try to find stuff on my own. You know what I'm saying? And then if I can't find it, then I'm gonna call. But if you don't want to waste that, if you don't want to waste time doing that, you can always call them and say, hey, I'm looking for your the defaulted tax properties that you have for sale, or you're looking for to purchase tax lien certificates on properties or whatever, and they'll tell you exactly where to navigate to on their on their site. And so you can go ahead, their site and click on anywhere in the areas where it's going to have something to do with the real estate to try to find it, you know, and that can be any particular state, any particular county. Some of them are different, you know, than one another. It just depends, you know. And once you get that information from that county, once you get the information from them, the list, then you can come here and you can actually type in the owners, the address that you get from the list, or you can go by owner's name, subdivision name, or whatever to pull up that property. And then once you get that property, you're able to go in and actually see how many years behind they are behind in taxes, you know, whether or not you want to pay, you know, get those properties or whatever. And then some of them are going to give you can ask them for the list, the defaulted tax list, you know. So that's that. So with Nick, and like I say, with NACO is you can do it with any county. You know, you can go ahead to like Escambia County, Florida, pull it up. You're gonna go right here, click on the county information, go in and scroll around a little bit to actually find the information that you're looking for. And it's for any county. Now, another thing you can do too as well is you can search by state. Let me go here. This is Escambia County here. And like, you know, Escambia County, Pensacola. Okay, what I do is for Florida, I'm just speak for Florida right now. All of Florida is going to be like this. When you go to Florida, they don't tell you in NACO, or they won't tell you on the Florida site. But Lien Hub is what governs Florida. Lien Hub, you got to set up an account with Lien Hub first. Once you set up an account with Lien Hub, then you can come in all these counties and you can actually come in and actually buy. You can actually come in and do the what they call it, over the counters, or you can come in and do the tax lien certificates to be able to find a, you know, get the property and actually attempt to foreclose on the property, you know. But what I do is I always go back a couple of years and find the properties that are behind in taxes, you know, for a couple of years. And then I come in and I do my research from there. You know, you'll be able to pull up all that information once you get right here. You have all this information that actually go in and pull up the information. Most of the information in Florida, you're going to be able to pull it up by the name, if it's a business or whatever. And then they're going to have, each one of them going to have their own individual account number. And you can match it right here to determine, okay, well, that's, you know, that's the property that you may be interested in. Sometimes you're going to see values like this right here, for example. See where they say a market value of $1. What that is, if you see something that says $1 or 0, then that means that they never even sent anybody out there to within this particular time, they never sent anybody out there to get an assessed value on that property yet, you know. But yeah, so that's, you know, with Florida, let me see, they're gonna have quite a few pieces of property too. Even for the for these 2 years right here, they still got 1,360 properties, you know, just behind for those years right there. But normally I would come in, find a piece of property. If it's, you know, if it looks okay, you know, I like raw land myself. Most of all these properties here are gonna have homes on them. Most of them. They may be, you know, some homes that don't look worth nothing, but you know, what don't look nothing like nothing to you may be something for me, because, you know, if I can find a piece of property that is a pretty good deal on it and it's got a structure on it, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna tear it down anyway, put my own structure up there. I just want the land. But to get around that, I just go and look for the land. But it's like this, it's available. Florida is one of the states that has over the counters too. It's about 26 states. Okay, let me go into Shelby County. When you go around Tennessee, this company right here, Land Bank, is who regulates just about all their properties, especially over around in Shelby County. And what you for? Let me say this right here. When I'm buying property, I don't care where the property is located at. I don't, because I'm not buying the property because I want to live there. I'm buying the property because it's going to be an investment of some sort for me, whether it's going to be for me to put a home on there later, or whether it's going to be if somebody else want to put something on there. If I find some property that's in a commercial area, then and I grab that, and somebody want to put a building on there, now I'm not going to sell them the property. I'm going to do a lease with the property. So when they lease the property from me and they attach a building to that, if they, if they decide that, hey, they don't want it no more, they can't take the building nowhere, it's still mine, but I like, it doesn't matter to me where the property is at. If I'm getting a good deal on it, as long as my name going on that deed, that's an asset for me, and I'll figure out what I want to do with it later. The good thing, what a lot of people don't realize is, they say, well, if I buy a bunch of properties now, I got to come up with a lot of money for taxes every year. But that's not what the deal is. If you buy a piece of property that's, say you buy a piece of property that's worth $7,000 and you pay, say, $300-400 for it, you at the most, you're probably going to be paying about $65 a year taxes on that $7,000 piece of property. Well, around about that, give or take, $65, maybe $73 a year on, paying taxes on that particular piece of property. You can mow 1 yard and pay taxes on that, and if the property is just sitting there, go out there and, if it's cleared off already and you ain't planning on doing nothing with it, shoot, put some crops out there. Let the next door neighbor tell the next door neighbor, hey, I'm finna plant a garden out here, blase, blase. I live out of town, but if y'all keep it up, y'all will be able to use, get some of these crops as well. Now you got somebody keeping it up for you. They putting food on their table now, and you still got a little something, but it's different things that you can do with this property. My friend of mine, Andy, he's also within the course as well. He and I supposed to be partnering up sometime this week on getting some projects done. He has everything when it comes to clearing the properties, all that kind of stuff. Me and him been good friends and business partners for a while. But if you buy a piece of property and it's got lumber and timber and stuff on it, there are ways you can work deals to get that property cleared off. You can work a deal with the person who sell firewood. Tell him, hey, you can come out here and cut it down. You keep all the wood. He gonna clear it off for you. He gonna make more selling his wood than he would if he'd charge you $2,800 or $3,000 to clear the property off. Once you clear that property off, if that property was worth $7,000 when you paid $300 for it, and you got it cleared off, 9 times out of 10, depending on the area, especially down south, that property probably going to go up. A $7,000 piece of property probably going to go up about $4,000. So now you got $11,000 piece of property now, and you only paid $300 for it. This course is somewhat to teach you how to be able to go in and purchase these properties. And you can actually sell these properties online. You can go through a realtor to actually sell these properties. There's different ways that you can go about to sell these properties if you want to do that. I want to build on all mine, but it's different ways that you can go about, creative ways to go about selling these properties once you get them. I say if you're going to get them, excuse me, I say if you're going to get these properties and you're paying, you're getting them for dirt cheap, become a wholesaler. If the property is worth $11,000 and you paid $300 for it, why try to Why try to put yourself out there in the same boat with your competition? The competition selling their properties for what it's worth. When you can just go in as a wholesaler and you sell a $11,000 piece of property for say 8,000, you know, you're still making a killing. You ain't paid but $300 for it. And then the people who you're selling the property to, they don't have an earthly idea how you getting the property so cheap, you know, but they're gonna be interested. They're gonna be very interested in you providing them with this particular type of property. But anyway, when you go, I'm just going to show you different ways that you with these different states and these counties. Let's see. Okay, so here, this is for Shelby County over in Tennessee. I like their system because their system is, you know, sort of like how can I put it? It's right there hand in hand. You're gonna be able to see where they're hand in hand versus some other states and counties. You got to go and look for how to find the property. But we're gonna click on land bank properties here. Now this company, all their property is sold through land bank. Okay, agree. Okay, all these properties in the red, these are the properties that's actually for sale. If you see any properties if you see in these blue dots, these are properties that was just added recently to this list. And then anything that's green is someone who actually, someone has actually already emailed them their offer to buy on that property. So that's why it's green, because it's on the contract, getting ready to go out. But let me see. See if we can find something here. Okay, so this is what I do is when I normally look for property, the first thing I want to look for is the dimension size. I want to look for the size. I don't like buying property that's not at least 50 by 100, you know. So I'm gonna just look for property as if, you know, some people would have like say for instance, somebody was trying to get this property, and I mean, it can be somebody that's out of the, what they call them, the homeless shelter. And, you know, he's looking for a piece of property. Well, I can guarantee you at an asking price of $50, that homeless man probably going to get about $50 within 2 days asking for change, you know. So he can come right here and buy this little piece of property that's 15 by 150. And I mean, he can put a little shed or something up there to, you know, at least he don't consider himself to be living out there on the streets no more. But let me find a property that's got a little bit of size to it, so I can, that's a 127. So it's a wide, okay. 60 by 22. 10 by 236. That's a 120 by 60. So let's look at this. We're gonna go right here to I think we go to register information, I think, in order to view it on the map. Yeah, so that's this little piece of property right here. It ain't really nothing. I mean, you can put something out there. Here's a little container out here. So I'm pretty sure that container is about 40 feet. So that was sitting right here, turned this way. I guess I could put a shipping container home there for like a homeless vet or something, and turn it this way right here, depending on with the city, how far the front door has to be from the property line, from the front, and then how far it has to be from the rear property line. Size is going to be pretty good. But I think even then, I probably will get this property for $900. They haven't done an up-to-date appraisal on, I'm pretty sure, on this one. But it's going to be, this one right here is probably going to be a tax deed clearance property right here. But you can, what you can do is you can leave this page up. Like if you're on there looking for property around in Tennessee area somewhere, you can actually leave this page up and you can just go back to search and you can come here and you can just put the parcel number in there for these properties. Let me find another one. Go over here in some of these neighborhoods. That's a 40 by 110, 35 by 2 by 10. That's a 40 by 120. 40 by 120. So 40 by 120. Here one. Let me look at this one right here. So you can, a lot of them, you know, even when you get ready to do searches for them, the parcel number is going to be one of the main things that you want to look for to identify that property. Then you just go back here, paste that parcel number in, and you submit. We are expressing that happened before. Let's see. Let me try to do this. Okay. So this property right here that they asking $600 for is a 75 by 150. So that's a nice size lot. And you want to make sure that the appraisal was for this year. It's saying it's worth $13,600. But the way you know if it's appraisal is for this year, you go right here and you hit this print details, and it's supposed to let you know if it's what's for this year or not. Yeah, so it's a 2022 appraisal. So that was a up-to-date appraisal for this month. See right here. So, and that's a, wait a minute, that's a 125 by. Let me look and make sure I'm on the right parcel. 40720017. Oh shit. Let me go back. 407217. 125. They got the dimensions at a 125. That was different than I messed around and clicked off of this part right here. Let me see if I can locate it. So I get this parcel. Try to locate it on this map over here. Okay, hold on.
And those big fish still got it. We're built for fun for the whole family. And quiet ride home. Chuck E. Cheese. We're ready to eat. Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to find that property. I'm trying to make sure that property was on, because it got away from me. I was trying to make sure that this was that property by parcel number, because the reason for that is because it gave a different dimension here than it was over on the other side. And I messed around and clicked out of it. But I thought it was a 75 by 150. But let me go to another one so I can just, I don't want to waste a lot of time. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Try to find another one. Here's a 75 by 140. Asking price 29,000. It's a house on that one. I ain't really looking at that one. These are ones that just was added to. The ones in the blue. Trying to find a 60. That's a nice, that's a house. So some of these that's just getting added, they being buying 50 by 236. Let me look at this one. Okay, so this one it's a 50 by 236. Let me see. So that's 11,798 square feet. So that's a nice little piece of property right there. Put something on. It's narrow, but you got a lot of square footage right there. Well, for me, what I do, I'm putting shipping containers on it so I can stack them. But yeah, well, let me see when this last appraisal was. I like to go and make sure that this appraisal right here was up to date. I like Tennessee because Tennessee does the appraisal. A lot of other states don't do that. They'll just go by the assessed value that they had during that particular time. You'll see that in a few minutes when I go to this next one. But I like to go, yeah, so it was a 2022 appraisal. Yeah, so and then they asking $1,406 for it. You know, a piece of property like that, I probably would get, jump on something like that. It's partially cleared off already. But sometimes when you see this right here, where it says one of two, sometimes it's another lot that they have. Well, it's always another lot that they're gonna have available for that. And sometimes it can be the one next over, right? Right next to it. And sometimes it may be like the owner, who used to own them, may have lost both of them. So they still have both. They just letting you know that, both of those properties. Or it can be that it's so many properties in that area. You see what I'm saying? Like if you click down here, you see where it say one of 37? That's just telling you that it's 37 properties in this particular area that they have for sale. That's what that is. But, and then now when you get to this property, if this is some property, if this is a piece of property that you actually want to get, then what you do then, you go back to here, this page, and you put in a property request form. You're going to fill this form out. You're going to click right here where it says property request, and you're going to put in it comes in like a PDF. It's, they want you to either email it back to them or fax it back to them, but you're going to do this property request and fill it out, and you're going to put in all these details. Hold on, let me see. Which one was? Yeah, you want to come here and you're going to put these details in. Most of everything that's going to be on that sheet is going to be right in here. It's going to be this parcel number, just like that. Now, what I did learn was the, hold on, let me find it. Yeah. What I did learn was I'm going to put my parcel ID number on there. And then if I have a description for the property, I would include that too. You see, and that's if if you're putting it in, they have like a little note there. You know what I'm saying? And I put the parcel ID number in there, and then I put a description in there, like the owner's address, or not the owner's address here, but in some states I put the owner's address so that they can know. And then some states tell you it's not needed, just put the information that's required on there. No matter what you see, like when you look at properties like this right here, some paperwork, you may see some things different. It may have the old owner's name on there, but that's fine. All these properties here is going to be owned by Shelby County. They didn't already took these properties. These properties have been taken for years, but people just don't know they exist or how to find them. A lot of people still looking in Tennessee for the county and the state for property, but the property that we got, all this property that here is actually to be found on land. Okay. So that's just, give you a little bit about Tennessee, Shelby. And it's going to be the same way in a lot of states and a lot of counties that you guys are going to be looking into as well. But, my strategy is I don't want nothing smaller than a 50 by 100, but some areas, the lot size are smaller. So say, for instance, you're in Chicago don't have no 50 by 100. They may have a 15 or 20 by 150. They lots are very narrow, so to speak. So that's a little bit different depending on the lot size, so that's Tennessee. Let me see about, let's go over here. Let me close some of these out. Okay, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a little bit better off too with their stuff. When you go to, this is Oklahoma County. When you go to their property, they give you a little bit more detail. When you click on the account number here, it's going to bring up a little bit of information on this property, and they give you a lot more information here than you would see on some of the other ones. One thing I like about Oklahoma is you can come here and actually view all the taxes that's been paid. See, so far, these are the individuals that actually paid those taxes. But these taxes right here is coming up due again for 2021. See, somebody haven't paid these taxes. So Oklahoma has it where it's real easy to actually come in and purchase property that's behind. You see, you also can come in, you can click on the year and pull up the amount of taxes that was actually paid and who paid them, but say, for instance, this property here, if you wanted to get this particular piece of property, then you'll have to actually come in to become you actually have to come in and pay this person for 2020 and then come in and pay this person for 2021. Oklahoma, I'm trying to remember what Oklahoma, the 2 year, I think Oklahoma is on like a 2 year redemption period. So you'll need to pay for 21 and 20 in order for you to even be able to consider, getting this property. You see what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, this person right here, or company or whatever, this particular company probably gonna pay 21 because they've already paid 20. So if they paid 20 and 21, then they can automatically go ahead and file for foreclosure to foreclose on it. If you go ahead and pay, then if you go ahead and pay this, then and you jump the gun and pay 22 as well, then you got the right to redeem the property now. See, not these individuals right here. Oklahoma they got a lot of property, out there. So I like Oklahoma too. They got pretty good bit of property that you can actually go in and choose from. They got a lot of different counties, to actually go out and try to look into actually getting and looking and see, if the taxes is up to date on it. Most of all these right here, the taxes is going to be due on these properties. Most of all of them. Somebody came here and paid, so they don't have nothing to do here. Yeah, so if you see something out here, when you pull up a piece of property, then, that's just somebody that already went and paid it, but they're going to be on this list regardless. And if you look at it and you see all these different people going in paying these taxes, I don't know. Let me go and see who the owner of it is. Okay, so Jeff and Marlene McPherson. Shit. Yeah, this is they ain't paid their taxes themselves till 2020 and 21 on time. So this is the first year. These two are the first years they done paid their taxes on time since 93. They ain't paid their taxes on time at all. Everybody been going in paying their taxes. Of course, they paying their taxes so they can earn their interest off that money. This person here paid their taxes every year going into there, but this, ain't. So that's Oklahoma. It's like I said, when you go in different counties in different states, like when you go through the course and you read and you go through the course, the actual course is going to actually show you how to go in detail by detail to maneuver around different sites. It's going to show you a little bit more than what I'm showing you right now on how to maneuver around. So let me get out of Oklahoma. Okay. So this is our Alabama. Alabama has like I say, they have over the county as well, but most people only know about going out there to the courthouse, bidding on properties, waiting on the list coming in the newspaper at the end of the year. You don't have to do that. That's the old way. Now you can go in and get the list of the properties before they even go to the auction, and you can make an offer to get those properties. Or you can come in and get these properties that the state owns, which is the tax delinquent properties. Now, the properties that they're going to be coming up, that's going to be coming up on the tax list, you can get that list and actually make offers on that property before it even get auctioned out, before it even go to the auction. But all these properties right here, it's probably going to be a ton of them. Let's see how many pages. Yeah, ain't no telling how many pages it's going to be, but it's going to be a ton of these properties. It's going to be next for a while. Alabama, from what I heard, they run a little slow. They didn't get their staff back for this division since the pandemic. So they only have a few people that's trying to work all these counties, and that's why they're so slow. Another thing with Alabama, they got long parcel numbers right here. I know these parcel numbers are coded by the state, which is their county code. That county code tells you the size county that is for that state. Like Mobile is 02, so that's going to be the second largest county in the state of Alabama. Birmingham is going to be our number one because they're the largest well, I think Birmingham is Jefferson County or something like that. They number one. Baldwin County will be the number 5 because they the 5th largest county in the state. But that's what those county codes is. What I learned about these parcels is they kind of like tricky. These parcels, that county code shouldn't be entered into that parcel. It should be these numbers, but the numbers are like how can I put it? Some of these zeros got to come off. I forget how many zeros, but when I get on there and play around with it, you can figure it out. But it's just as easier to actually just go back and look for that property by the name. Now, with the state of Alabama, state of Florida, Louisiana, California, mostly all the other states, you're gonna have to go and search for that property by what they call a mapping, like whatever county it is. If you're in Escambia County, Florida, you're gonna be looking for Escambia County mapping. This is how you're able to find that property in any county. If it's Louisiana, it's going to be parishes. You're going to be looking for that mapping, and most of them is a GIS mapping, a GEO, and then they have an ABS mapping. So it's going to be one of those 3 right there. But so let me show you how to do the mapping part. With Alabama, a lot of times, like I say, if you put the parcel number in and the parcel number don't bring it up on the map, and then just search for it by name. So we'll go here, copy that name. This is the mapping for Mobile. Okay, so let me do a search. All right, so now I want to, you see how this parcel number is different, how it look different than what we were looking at over there. So I got to make sure that this parcel number is the same. 26 064 and 4453. Okay, so this parcel number is the same. So this is the property that we're looking at right here. Right here in this little light blue right here. So with Alabama, this is the amount that was bidded at the tax sale. Meaning this is, and what happened was this person bidded on this property, and for whatever reason, maybe they didn't pay the money. They didn't come up with the money when they supposed to have came up with the money for this sale or whatever. It's a number of reasons why this property that person who bidded on this property did not get that property. Could have been he had an interest in it, meaning that, hey, it could have been his and he was trying to get it himself. That's illegal. You can't do that once it go up for auction. You either gonna pay them taxes off. You can't just come back in and just try to go in and get it, through a sale like that and jump in. You're either gonna pay your taxes off, and if it goes to auction, then you have the option to pay, but you can't say you bid and you ain't got the money, but then you're gonna tell them that, hey, you want to get the money up to them for that. It can be a number of reasons why they took the property. But the state has had this property since the year 2000. See right here. It's been in their possession since 2000. All right. So with this mapping, some of the mappings are just about the same. Let me click off of this. Okay, so that's the property. Some of these mappings are just about the same, but what you can do is you want to look for like the base right here, and you want to click on the most recent aerial photos to give you the view of that property itself. Any property you go to, you want to look at it like that. You want to search around, and it's going to be areas like this right here that you're able to see. Now, these layers right here, you can click on these layers and you can come in and you can see if it's in flood zone and all that kind of stuff. You can set all this stuff. Like if I click flood zone and then come in and click like on these areas right here, you can come in and you can put the shades in there so it can show you the whether or not that property is in a flood zone area or not. You know, you can do different little things with that. That's no legend. But here is where I mainly be wanting to go to right here, you know, for changing that. Then it doesn't give you the dimensions in the descriptions right here. You can come in and you can actually see the tax bill. A lot of this stuff you can come in and see zoning information that you can print out, the tax bill information, you know, see when you know taxes was paid, if so how much, and all that kind of stuff over the years. But ain't nothing been paid on this since these people been had it since 2000. Okay, I like to come in because I be looking for a certain size on property, which is going to be somewhat like a 50 by 100 at least. So what you do is you come up here, you click this. You can't really see it because of this, I guess. But you come here and you click this ruler right here. And you can, you know, you can do the distance, but I like to do the area, you know. So let me click this off. Drag this map over, drag this over here. I think, no, so this is, see which one of these is the property. So this is the property right here. Okay. So this is what I do. I come in, I get the area. I want to change it to feet. And then you basically just click on each one of the edges of this property line. Let's see here. Let me zoom. Okay, it's already zoomed in. So that's 3,516 square feet, you know, and then you can actually see if you want to do the distance. That 3,516 square feet basically just give me an idea of what size of a home I can actually put there. I see right here, they got some properties here that's shotgun houses, like, you know, that they had back in the days, shotgun style houses, if you want to say that. This one right here is a, you know, house of a different shape, but so you want to see, you know, how wide this area is, you just click on that, on this one right here, the distance, and then you can come in and you can actually measure how wide it is. So it's 44 feet wide. So I'm a roughly say that I may be off a little bit, so maybe it's 45 feet wide, you know, and then you can go, it's going to have a little odd shape. So what I would do is with this property, I would take my measurement on the distance from here, and then I'll take it to right here to get a base, you know, at least 82 feet long. But so yeah, so that's how you go through these counties, you know, I mean through the mapping on this one right here. Alabama is a little bit different. when you the thing about Alabama is when you get ready to hold on, let me see. Oh, if this is a property that you want to try to make up to see how much you can get it for, then because what you're doing with Alabama, you just put in an application to purchase that property. So you're gonna do that right here. You're gonna click on this little link thing right here, up under the CAS number. You're gonna click that, and that's gonna generate this application for you. You're gonna put your email address in, your name. Now make sure when you put that name there, if you get that property, the name that you put right here is the name that's gonna go on that deed. So whether if you're doing it up on a company or whether your name, whatever you put right here, you ain't gonna be able to make no changes. You'll just have to come in and try to make a whole nother. I wouldn't even suggest trying to, if you get in using this name, and you realize, hey, I don't even want it in that name, I want it in my company name, just go ahead on and let them cut you the deed. When they cut you the deed, then you can take that property and put it in whatever name you want to. Just sell it to yourself for $1 or sell it to your company for $1. File the paperwork, send it down there to the court, to the judge of probate, boom, they're gonna shift that deed into that particular name, you know. But if you try to go back in and say, okay, well, I want to make changes, and you just create a whole nother little thing, then it may put you behind another individual who made off, who submitted an application as well, you know. So, you know, then here you can come in, if you're in Alabama, you can come in and search different counties. You know, it's going to be pages and pages of these counties, you know, except for Escambia County. Escambia County, little area where I'm from in Alabama, they don't have as many. Let me see. Okay. Reginald. Hey, Reginald. Reginald. Let me see. It's Reginald still on here. I don't know if Reginald's still on here or not. Oh, Reginald, can you hear me? Okay, I don't know what Reginald got. Okay, but anyway, Reginald, you want to look at this right here, what I'm finna show you. Right here. You know who this is, but you know, it's our family. So when you get a chance, come back and look at this right here. This is some property that Aunt Ida owns, well, used to own. The state has it, and somebody been living in that property since, let me see, since 2016. Guy that owns a funeral home up there in Atmore, he has something on that property, and he's been living in it since 2016 illegally. And it's, you know, it was her property. I think Shelton them, she Ida had so much property that I don't think Chasing them was able to even keep up with the property that she had. Well, I did some research and I seen this property on there. And when I pulled it up, it's over there off of Maxwell Street by the old projects on that road behind Reverend McCraven's house. Well, he living on that property, you know. So you want to look at this one right here where you see Ida Friday. I just wanted to throw that out to you. I seen it a couple of days ago. But anyway, you can get that property, or you can contact Chasey or Shelton, you know, one of them, and tell them, say, hey, y'all mom got some property out there y'all probably don't even know nothing about, and somebody living on that property. And that guy been living on that property since 2016. That's what I found out. But anyway, let me go on. Let me go to another state where some people that is playing on here as well. Let me go to Mississippi. I'm gonna go to Mississippi, and then I'm gonna take some questions. That way, if everybody have other states, I'm gonna help them with theirs too. I can today, you hit me up, let me know. I can go in for your state, help you find exactly where you're at while you're reading, while you're actually going through the course part. Okay, for Mississippi, for anybody that's out there for Mississippi, no, we don't want to do that. We want to go here. Okay, so when you go on Mississippi Secretary of State's website, like a lot of states that you may be going in, maybe like Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, you're going to go to their state's website to actually go and find their you know, tax forfeited properties. But here for Mississippi, you're going to come in, you're going to go to public lands, you're going to go to tax forfeited lands. Then you want to go to tax forfeited inventory. When you come to tax forfeited inventory, you can actually log in here. You know, you can create your login and actually log in to, you know, to create your account. If you, I love Mississippi. I'm not gonna lie to you. These people be having some good deals on some property, but they also took a lot of property from some people. You know, so and I ain't talking about like because of taxes. I'm talking about because the people didn't know how to read or they didn't keep good records. And the state of Mississippi was taking people property because at that particular time, people had a lot of pine on their properties, and that pine was worth some money. So they was, you know, the state was just taking their properties, taking millions and millions of acres of people's properties illegally, you know. So, but so anyway, each one of these counties, if I'm gonna just tell you why I like Mississippi and what, you know, what I like in the area. I'm gonna do a little research and I'm gonna find counties that's got like colleges close to them, like up there where Deion Sanders at, which is Hines County. I may look for property up there in Hines County, you know, see what I can get a good deal on that I may can put a little shipping container home on, so I can try to make me some money from guys that's, you know, from the schools up there, from guys coming up there going to school, right? Well, Mississippi, I'm gonna get property, pretty good deal on properties. Jackson County got pretty good bit of property. When I started, well, when me and Ed actually started, well, me, Ed, Melinda, it's a few of us. It wasn't but about 4 of us that actually was purchasing property in Mississippi. From what Derek Cooper told me, we was some of the only ones, because it wasn't, and Ed can tell you, it wasn't but a few people actually, I mean, a few pieces of property coming off the list. When I started, it was like 500 and some properties. Just 3 weeks ago, Charles and I met up, it was 9,418 properties. Now it's 9,800 and some properties in the whole state. So another 400 properties was added to the list within the past 3 weeks. Now these are properties these ain't no properties that people finna be trying to get back. These are properties that the state own and been had for years. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a little bit about Mississippi. If Jackson County is, you know, is a pretty good area. I like Harrison County. I like Hancock County. I like the areas that's, you know, close to the beach areas, the casinos. They got casinos all along the coast down there. But let me go. You click on your county here, and then you scroll down and you click search. These are all the properties that in Jackson County. They got like 300 and something, I think. Let me see. Yeah, they got 371 properties available right now. All these properties are owned by the state. So let me show you how that goes. You, of course, after you log in, or click here to log in, and you just go and register. I ain't gonna do either one of those two. I'm just gonna go and show you. Okay, so this value right here, this market value, was the market value during that particular time when they took this property. Unlike Alabama, that shows the year that that property came into the state's possession in that column. This don't do that. What you got to do is you have to actually, let's say for instance, we clicked on this one, this right here. You click on show detail. Okay. When you click on show detail, they're going to give you a little bit of information about that property. They're going to give you dimensions. They're going to tell you about the legal description of the property, who was the access owner at that time, the parcel number, the county number, the tax sale date. This is the date that that property actually went into possession by the state for that year right there, for 1985. So they've been had this property since 1986. The last reported value in 1986 was $2,650. This is all the taxes that was owed on that property. So these people, whoever it was, Kenneth Long, lost this property for $37.20. And it's a 25 by 660. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to, now another thing too, you're in Mississippi, don't hit the backspace up here. If you hit the backspace up here, it's going to make you start all the way back over again from the Secretary of State's part. If you're trying to go back, then just go back, click right here to go back, which is the back, back to search page. Okay, so we'll click that, and then we can go back here, and I can copy this parcel number right here. But I need to open up, this is Mobile. So I need to go to Jackson County mapping. And like I told you, a lot of them is that GIS, so Jackson County, this right here. If you see it come up blue like this, that's a GIS screen. You know you're in the right area. Okay, click OK. You can close this off right here. You want to paste that parcel number up here. And then you want to do a search. Okay, so this that piece of property that they have right there. And of course, that's the owner. Now, yeah, I always want to do the base map here. Come here and look at the most recent rearing of the property so I can see what I'm working with. So that's this little strip right here. This right here. It ain't too much. I wouldn't want it that at all, period. So that's 9 times out of 10, that's probably why the man ain't pay that little money for it. Okay, let me see what else they got out of it. All right, so let's go back over here. You go through and you pick another piece of property. It may be, let's see. Copy this parcel number right here. Yeah, that ain't nothing right there. Some people may buy that just so they can, resell it to one of these owners. You can do that. Those are a lot of strategies that people do. Some of these people don't even know how to contact. They don't know how to get this information. What happens is, once the state take hold of this property, you won't be able to find this property in public records because the state has it now. The only ones you're going to find in public records is the property that citizens own. So a lot of time when you see properties like this, look like this right here, you may ask yourself, well, why don't the people just, contact the state to buy it? They don't even have the way of even pulling it up, because if you were to call the state and ask them about it, the state gonna tell you they need the parcel number for this property. If you ain't got the parcel number, they ain't gonna be able to pull it up. So a lot of them don't know nothing about this right here to pull up the parcel numbers for the state owned properties. They able to go in and do property search that's for public records, but not, they don't really know anything about these right here. All right. Let me see if I can find, I want to try to find a little piece of property that's at least got a decent size on it. Let me see what show detail to show here. Okay, so that's an 80 foot. The dimension is mostly going to be right here. So this can probably going to be a little smaller. Yeah, that's going to be a little smaller. I'm looking at this right here, the legal description of it. It's going to be a 30 feet by 80. Yeah, that's on the 30 by 80. So let me go back. Show detail. 205 by 40. That's a triangle shape. When you go on there, no matter what state that you're in, let me go over here. No matter what state or county that you're in, I spend hours on these sites just looking. Now here's one that's a 50 by 100. Okay, Ocean Spring. Oh, this ain't Gulf Park Estate, so this is gonna be in a subdivision. So what I copy that parcel number right there. Come here and put that parcel number in and search. Okay, so yeah, this is some property that they got several of these properties over there. Let's see. Okay, so another thing too, not this one. Some of these properties, like when you see properties like in this area right here, if this one right here, then I like to go in and see if it's more that the state may have, and then I can get that too. See, here got another one right here. See, this is one, and then that's that one up there. So that's 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 on that side, right here, on this side. And then sometimes you can come over here and you can find some as well. So, and what I do is I put in an offer for $100 for one of the properties. And when I get the price back for that one, that tells me how much they'll take for the rest of the 3. You know, because all these are same size. All these are gonna be same size lots. You know, but so it's 4. Oh, here got another one. It's 5 over here off 18th Street. So that's 5. 7. No, that's 6. So that's 6. Let's see about this. 7, 8, 9. Shit, that's 9 of them right there so far. 10. Yeah, that's 10 right in this area. 10 pieces of property. And I can guarantee you you're gonna get them properties for about $500 a piece. Each one of them, you know. So that's what I normally do. I go in and, you know, they've been had this property since 2014. The last reported market value that they had at that time was $1,430. I'm pretty sure that property gonna be worth at least about $5,000 or $6,000 right now. You know, so at least that. But that's a piece of property that I probably would, you know, I would put in for something like that. You know me, I'm with the 50 by 100s because it's easy for me to put like a little 1,200 square foot home on there, on that property, rent it out to the, you know, I can rent it out to the VA for homeless vets. They're gonna give me $1,600 a month for it, you know, easy. But I wouldn't, if I'm doing one for homeless vets, I wouldn't build one that big. They only paying you $50.91 a day, and that's for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. You know, because they want every veteran to have his own bathroom now. Before it wasn't like that last year. Last year you can have 3 homeless vets in a 1 bathroom. Now, I guess it's because of the pandemic, but they came with new rules now. Every vet has to have his own bathroom. So, you know, but so why build homes like that when you can put them on? I mean, you know, build a home that 1,200 square foot home when you can, you know, get away with doing maybe a 600 square foot home, you know, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, you know, give them a little space or whatever. And you can get you know, a pretty good bit of shit, $1,600 a month, guaranteed, 5 years, 1 year option and 4-year base. And you don't even have to look for the vets. That's their job. But let me see. So yeah, so that's Mississippi. you know, this Mississippi, they give you information. This guy Derek Cooper, he been pretty busy lately, and I think I got to call him tomorrow for me and Rap on some property that we getting up there. But he has been pretty busy lately, you know. So, but he do look out for you if you call him, if you can get him. Okay, so go back to search. If you do a login here, you can log in, and then what happens is you can come here, like any property that you see, you come here and you can save those properties. See, you can save those properties and it'll be saved into your, it'll be saved into your file up here, where you can see all your stuff. Come here and say, I got a information that's in the course that'll tell you about the whole setup, how to go about purchasing the property. I mean, making the offer. Any property that you're going to get in Mississippi, when you make your offer only for $100. I don't care if it's worth 50,000. Make an offer for 100 and let them tell you how much they're going to take for the property. That's the way that goes. Most states, when they ask you to make an offer for over the counter, then just make the $100 offer and let them tell you how much they'll take. And then if you don't want it, you ain't got to accept it. You don't have to pay for that or whatever. Let me see. Okay. Anybody got any questions?
Yes, I have a question. This is Candace.
Okay.
Okay, so what about the non-disclosure states? So, you have some states that don't give you that public information where you can go onto the county's assessor site and actually look up the information.
Yeah, like those small counties.
So Connecticut, for example. Connecticut is the non-disclosure state. So how would I go about getting the information? Would you would I have to go down to the county's office to get a list?
Yeah, you got to contact the judge of probate. The judge of probate gonna be the one that's responsible for that list in a non-disclosure state.
Okay.
And then like a lot of times in the non-disclosure states, a lot of times the sheriff's department is the ones that actually handles the bidding and the offering on those properties.
Okay, so I would have to contact the sheriff's office or
you're gonna contact the judge of probate, but the sheriff department is the one that you will be making your offers to.
Oh, okay.
The judge of probate gets you the list, but then that list is, let me see, I forget what county it is over in was it Oklahoma City? No, it was one of those cities in one of those areas in Oklahoma that Oklahoma City County, I think you can do theirs online, but there was another area in Oklahoma where they don't take. You got to go through the sheriff department in order to even purchase the property. They let them monitor it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you get the list from the judge of probate.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and then if you have any problems or whatever, just email me and I help you figure it out. I mean, we'll track it down. That's for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
Okay, this is Consuela. I have a question. Can you show Texas also?
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
Let's see. See which one of these it is. What county are you looking for in Texas?
Harris County?
Harris County?
Mhm.
Okay. Texas have what they call a struck off. Like right here, these delinquent property taxes.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes you see when you go on that when you go on the list, the like in the course, I forget which one it is. It's gonna be the fifth. Oh yeah, the cheat sheet. It'll tell you about Texas. You know how they have their properties, but Texas have what they call, if they over the counter properties, are called struck off. And what that means is, like, any properties that the state of Texas actually have, because Texas has the time frame for Texas on their taxes, they real severe, you know, on people not paying their taxes over there. So the struck off, whatever properties that don't get sold or whatever properties that they have, then it'll be on what they call their struck off list. Okay. Okay, that's to redeem the property, first sale in order. Okay. So it's the property for sale. It's gonna be right here. I agree. So what's the account? Okay, here we go. So for Texas, what you're gonna do is when you come to Harrison County, you can view the details right here, and then you can go into the property information, which is gonna open up and give you a little bit more information on that property. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
See all that right in here. And then you're gonna see the value of this property, which is right here. This is the total due. Right now it's from 20. But what you want to do is I always call them, like if I'm not really familiar with where they have this stuff at for Texas,
Mm-hmm.
I'll call them. I'll tell them, say, hey, I'm looking to purchase the struck in Texas. Just tell them that you're looking to purchase struck off properties. See, they don't call them over the county in Texas. They call them struck off. Okay. And struck off is property that the state struck off the auction list to take into their inventory to sell as their own. Those are the ones you want.
Okay.
Yeah, and then in Texas, you can actually they're gonna give you you know the link. I'll do it tomorrow also, so I can help you. You know, just email me so I know who you are, and I'll pull it up for you. But yeah, Texas is gonna be one of the areas that does the struck off. Okay. You know, yeah, they do, which they do over the counters, but they over the counters is not called over the counter, it's called struck off. Yeah, so you just call if they, you know, if you want to get the list, call them and ask them for the list. But if you call and ask them about a particular piece of property, then it's going to be this account number that you're going to give them right here.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this is the total amount that's due. But you know, these are properties that's for sale now. These ain't properties that you finna bid on. These are properties where they asking you to pay this particular piece of amount of money for, and then if they haven't paid, Texas give them 45 days. If these people haven't paid the state back with your interest on it, then the state of Texas allows you to file a foreclosure on that property.
Okay, and now this property has a home on it apparently, right? So what does that mean for the home? I know that if they have an existing mortgage, the taxes take precedence, right?
Yep, but here's the thing. See, it's not the state's responsibility to contact their mortgage company, right?
Right.
But what they will do is, if the mortgage company is on there as the primary lien holder, then the state gonna contact them and say, hey, this property is about to go into foreclosure, you know, because the secondary that the individual that's in the property haven't paid the taxes. They're gonna give that company a chance to pay them taxes. You see what I'm saying? They get the same 30 days where Texas 45. They get the same 45 days that that the individual will get. But if they don't pay within those days, then the state gonna allow you to foreclose on that property, and the state of Texas automatically what they call it subdue any liens on the property, and it's in order for the mortgage company to get that property back is very, very expensive.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but you can't lose in Texas. I mean, Texas is one of the states where if you're paying somebody taxes in Texas, you can make 200% interest on your money a year.
Wow.
Yeah, Texas hit you very, very hard on taxes. On you being late on your taxes, Texas hitting you hard. Texas is like Florida. Florida is a no tax state, so they depend on property taxes. That's the reason they don't get much money from the government, because they depend on property taxes. And if you ain't paying your property tax, they can't pay the police department, fire department, schools, the judges. None of them can get paid if nobody don't pay the property taxes. So that's why the state of Texas is so severe on property taxes, because they don't want to have to depend on the government for nothing.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mhm. Any more questions? If not, I mean, if anybody,
I have a question. This is Rebecca. I have a question. I have two questions. One is, if you don't have the deed in hand, can you build on that property? And if you do build, what if the owner wanted to come back, would they have to pay you for it?
well, no. See, once you get you don't have to have your deed in hand. Once you have purchased that property from the state gonna send you a letter or email where they're gonna send you both. They're gonna send you an email telling you that they're working on the patent. The patent is the draft for your deed. They're gonna say we're working on your patent, and once the patent has been completed, it'll be sent over to the chancery clerk. The chancery clerk is responsible for drafting out that deed and recording it in the county or parish that property resides in. But once you've purchased that property, you can start doing something to that property before you even get the deed.
Okay. And my second question is, I think I came in late because of the time zone.
Uh-huh.
Um, is this what we went over today? Is this available after class today?
Oh yeah, it's recording now. Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's gonna actually be it's gonna actually be at the bottom of the course where all the videos are. It's other videos that's gonna be there too, as well.
Okay. And you're on Eastern time, is that what it is?
Well, now I'm in Central Time, but it was set for Eastern Time.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Hey, Twine, if you can do one for St. Louis County, I'd appreciate it, because
St. Louis County.
yep.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. I think I went into that one. That's Missouri, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they have their own way of doing things too. So
Hold on. Okay. I think, let's see. Okay. Okay. Third part. Third posters, sale offers. Offers. No, this gonna be that article that they had. Hold on. Let me see if they got that link right here. In here. Trying to see if they had that link that go right to it.
Oh, the listing, like the spreadsheet of all the properties that's delinquent and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that's directly on the St. Louis County government's website, and they do list the dates that they hold the auctions and stuff. But I was just wondering if there was some other type of workaround in the state.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought they had a, because I was on here one time and I remember them having that thing having a link to go to. But let me go back. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so that was sale. Okay, 208. Yeah, see this the list right here. But see you want okay, okay. So they're gonna have sales that's available 5 times this year.
Right.
Yeah. Now
I was just wanting to know if there was some other, some other route to go about it besides, like the obvious. That's all.
yeah, but see, this the thing though. See, what I'm gonna do is tomorrow, I'm gonna get you what you want to do is this. Uh we want to get the list of the properties that did not sell in last year's auction.
That's that third time around. It's something, I forget the phrase.
Yes,
I think I know what you're talking about, right?
I think yeah, it's a third course.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They
Okay.
have a spreadsheet that they usually share
Yeah,
on the St. Louis County website, what
yeah, it's gonna be
website.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be that because see, those are the ones that you don't have to bid on. You can make the offer on it. You see what I'm saying? So
Yep.
yeah, those are the ones that you can actually make the offer on because they didn't sell for whatever reason they didn't sell or the people didn't pay. See, some states call it different, just like this state. See what it says, sponsor off the office of the sheriff collector. He's the one that handles that. Well, that's how it is in some states as well. The sheriff department will handle certain states for properties. You see what I'm saying? They'll be the ones.
Yeah,
that,
it's state specific. I got you.
right. So, but the thing about it is, like when you go to your state's website, and if you can't find what you're looking for, as long as you know what to ask them for, they're gonna direct you toward it. But so many people call them asking them about tax. I'm looking for the list for the tax sales. You know what month they come out, blah blah blah. They automatically thinking you talking about the people that's behind for this year's taxes. See, so they're gonna give you that list. If you don't know to ask for the properties that they actually have in their possession, which may be, their inventory. You see what I'm saying? Or properties that did not sell during the tax time. Though you're gonna be able to go in and get that list. So tomorrow I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do Texas, and it's another one. If I forget, but make sure if I'm searching for one for you, email me so I can make sure I remember.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, I got you. And then they got a list here that you can download. But that download list is going to be the property that's going to be coming up for, on these particular days right here. They got a lot of auctions though coming up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's at least 1,000 piece properties. But you got to think about it though. A lot of them properties is not going to sell during the pandemic. They're going to be just like last year. So they don't sell in the, they're going to put them in inventory and then you just fall right behind them and get them. Make off because everybody don't know to make that. Everybody don't know that, because they ain't going to put last year's properties on this year's list. These are properties that didn't pay their taxes for 2021. Yeah. So anybody else have any questions before?
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Travis Cooper, South Carolina.
Okay. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just listening, trying to learn at the same time. Is it possible you to add South Carolina on your list also? I was doing some research while you were talking, just going through Google. I didn't know if they had like a actual database for the whole state, or do I have to go to each county or each different municipality?
Yeah, see,
And
it can be different though, because like Mississippi, it's for the whole state, and then you go through the state's website, but then you click on the counties. See, this each state is different. You say South Carolina?
yeah, South Carolina.
Okay, South Carolina. Yeah, send me an email, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put yours on the list too. I'm gonna go through it. That way, when I hit you back, I'm gonna have the links in the email where you can go right to it.
Okay, appreciate that. One more question. I don't want to jump the gun. I heard you talking about developing the properties and putting shipping containers on them. I'm actually a residential builder and a general contractor, and I was just wondering, in later on in the course, do you get into developing with the shipping containers?
No, I don't, but I can get you information on them. I got a close friend of mine, Neil Shelton. He started out doing these shipping containers in Australia before he's in the act. Well, he's a producer. He's been in the acting, that whatever they call it.
Okay.
For a long time. He's the one that actually been trying to get me on it for years, man. And he used to build them for homeless people in Australia. Well,
okay.
He passed me down so much information, man, for getting into them, but I'm trying to get into them down south because these homes, when you're building with the shipping containers, of course, steel is unforgiving. So when you can create some nice homes with these shipping containers, and your home is going to be much more of a home than the traditional building. They energy efficient, storm proof, fireproof, flood proof. You ain't got to worry about no termites eating them up, none of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
In your area, they have a lot of tornadoes come up through there, from time to time. Hurricanes coming up through there, and these homes here, hurricane, all that stuff, they can't do nothing with these homes.
Right. I understand. We're on the same page. And let me hit you with one last question. I also heard you talking about the homeless veterans and the Veterans Association. Do you actually have the contacts for each individual state? Because right here in South Carolina, it seems like a monopoly. If you're not already in that circle with the rentals, it's hard to get in.
No, what you want to do is you really want to set you up a corporation first to do it through. And once you set your corporation up, you want to make sure you get registered in SAMS. You familiar with SAMS?
No, I'm not.
Okay, SAMS is System for Awards Management. That's the only way you're going to be able to get into government contracts. Everybody else, they just becoming how would you call it, a contractor, but not through the government. They're not a government contractor. So what you want to do is set your corporation up. I'm gonna just be honest with you. If you're gonna do this type of business, I wouldn't use a LLC. A LLC is not really a good vehicle to do real estate with. My opinion. I like corps for that. Because it makes it a lot easier for lenders to loan you, give you a little money, take a chance with you. Whereas the LLC, they want you to put up all kind of collateral and all that kind of stuff to make your moves. With an S corp, it doesn't. So it's going to save you a lot of headache, a lot of money on that. With the S corp, when you go in with the S corp, you get it registered with Dun and Bradstreet. Get your Duns, get it registered with SAMS. Once you get registered in SAMS. Well, let me say this. Prior to setting your company up, make sure you pick a name that is that's not derived toward what you do, like ABC real estate development or ABC plumbing. Don't do a name like that. Do ABC not investment. Do ABC Enterprises or ABC Incorporated, something like that, so that your name of your business does not identify what you do. Look at your business the same way you look at your body. You one body, you have one name, but you can do a whole lot of different stuff, right?
Right.
Your name does not identify what you do. You see what I'm saying? So at any time, somebody may come and say, hey man, you know, do you cut hair? Yeah. Do you cut grass? Yeah. Do you paint? Yeah. Do you build? Yeah. See, your name does not identify that. But if your company is ABC Plumbing, from far as I'm concerned, that's all you do is plumbing.
Exactly.
So if I got a painting job that you could do, I wouldn't even come to you for it. See,
Okay.
but if you open you just keep in mind the door for success opens both ways. Just like a door in the house, it's gonna open both ways. No matter what side of the door you're on, it's still gonna open both ways. You just don't want to close that door off. You close your opportunity off, because if you got a company, and say for instance your company is called ABC Enterprises, then the NACE codes that you set with your company may be janitorial, painting, construction, everything that you probably know how to do. You can set all those NACE codes in there, and then when if you say for instance you don't have a contract coming up for providing homes for vets at the time, but yet the government say, hey, you know, they got a janitorial contract. You say, well, shit, my company can do that too. You can still get that contract. You ain't close the door on yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good point.
Mhm.
Appreciate it.
Can I tell him this? If you call them, it's a new program called that came out for the COVID. If you call them and ask them about the Section 8 for Housing Authority or Section 8 for the VA, then you'll be able to get in that way real quick.
Oh yeah, and they give you up to $3,500 a year. Yep. They give you from $500 to $3,500 a year now. Good servants. They call it a good servants pay. That $3,500, well, up to $3,500. It's supposed to cover in case if a vet, you know, knock a hole in the wall or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Give you, it's from $500 to $3,500 a year. But I heard most of them are getting, the guy told me, the contracting specialist told me that most everybody getting $3,000 for moving them vets in.
Okay. Okay.
That $3,000 it's only once a year, you know.
Still a blessing.
Yeah, yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to find the vets. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna find the vets. You know.
Exactly.
You're a builder. You know, you ain't got to spend a whole lot of money to have a nice home.
No, definitely not.
If you can get the land for $400 and $500, you winning.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You know, you winning, because the first thing they want to know when you try to do anything with property, they want to know, do you have your own property already? You know, once you got your own property, you got leverage then.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And anybody got any more questions?
Yes, I have a question. How do we go ahead and try to get those containers?
Okay, right now the containers are kind of expensive. I'm keeping an eye on them. Ed keeping an eye on them. Andy's keeping an eye on them. Charles, a lot of the people that's taking the course, they actually been going through the course itself already. You know, since yesterday they've actually been going through it, because they're gonna wait on the video. They doing their thing, game watching or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, so I've been keeping an eye on it. My thing is I'm waiting on February and March to see if the prices go down. This time last year, a shipping container cost me $1,800 for a 40-footer. And so now a 40-footer used is about $4,800. But they are, you know, and the reason they hire is because, you know, they got those ships out there on the west and the east coast that's full of supplies and stuff that's coming from overseas or whatever, but they don't have enough manpower to get those containers into the yards to be, you know, offloaded. So that's why the prices are high. So hopefully, you know, them prices go back down by March. But I'm keeping an eye out on them for the price.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll share some plans that I have as well for, you know, some floor plans on some containers, what you can do with them, you know, and you can take them to any architect most architects tell you, hey, if you can draw it on a piece of paper, shoot, I can make it. You know, I can do it. You know, they just want an idea, but I got some plans that I've already had done. And Maskin, which is my architect, you know, that he's done for me. You know, for us making plans, you know, for something like that. Whether it doesn't matter what you're doing homes for. I want to try to set up something where I can create a little small neighborhood subdivision for shipping container homes. Let me just tell you, let me just give you this information right here. You can do your own research. But for the average shipping container home, the past 2 years for sure, if you spent say $115,000 on the average shipping container home, that's probably something that you're gonna probably live in, which may be like 1,200-1,500 square feet. The appraised value of that home when it's completed was topping 400,000. And you can do your research on that. Yeah, them homes carry a lot of value when they complete it. Yeah.
So are
And-
you the only contact person to get that information for the containers, or is there like someone that's we can actually see? I mean, someone we can contact like down the road to see, hey, we're interested in buying some containers.
Oh, this is Michelle. Hey.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah. Listen. No, they got like, say for instance, whatever area you want to try to you know, put one in, right?
Yes.
All you do is just go in Google and type in used shipping containers for sale in that area. Just do like
Okay.
a 50-mile radius or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Okay.
they, you know, most of them, you know, like right now they kind of high, you know, but what's high to me may not be high to you. But what I do look at is this. This is how I've been looking at it. In March, if the prices hadn't went down and they still at 4,800, because they've been staying 4,800 now since hold on, October. Let's see, October, November, December. Yeah, no, before October. So it was August. Yeah, they've been staying at 4,800 since August. They haven't went up in it and haven't dropped in it. But if they get some of those containers off those boats out there, that's going to cause the price to go down, because they only have so many stock yards in the United States and they only can stack them so high. So they have to, you know. So but so whenever, depending on wherever you're going to be doing something there, just let me know. I may be doing something in that area, or somebody else may be doing something in that area, or want to do something in that area. Instead of you going in to get 2 or 3, maybe 4 shipping containers by yourself, shoot, me, Melinda, Ed, we can go in together and say, hey, we looking to purchase a certain amount of shipping containers to make them give us a better price.
Okay. That sounds good.
Because it'll be more than one going versus you saying, okay, well, I'm gonna go and get 3. And if I want to get 5, we can put our order in together and let them chop down on the price per container.
Yeah.
You know, and then we all win. You know, but hopefully them prices come back down. I'm thinking them prices are gonna come back down, and when they do, they're gonna be even lower than 1,800, because those people over in China already have resolved the problem. Now they have shipping containers that can be folded up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these companies now are going to be going with those, because they can stack them high as I don't know what now, because they folded up versus the one that was not folded. So I'm thinking that we're going to get those shipping containers a lot cheaper when they do drop it down.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what is it? Jeff Bezos with Amazon, he's already opened up his own plant, making his own shipping containers now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but of course he's making foldable shipping containers, which is good for us. We don't want the folding shipping containers. We want the ones that's the older models. We want the ones that they got now, but so we can easily take them and put them and make them into homes, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else? Well, so I guess, you know, the main thing is, you know, to go through the course, make sure you do those downloads, and then the what they call them, the private lenders. It's gonna be each one of them is magazine. They pretty big downloads. But it's a video also from the last time, I think from on those private lenders. Man, you're gonna see when you go on there. I forget the guy's name, but the builder, the contractor that I was just talking with, man, they got private lenders on there that will finance deals that a bank would never even think about financing. You're gonna see they got all kind of programs. If you don't, they got programs where they'll help you buy or build 1 to 4 units with just 1 month bank statement, no income, no 4506 showing from the IRS, no none of that. They also have this, they got a lot of these private lenders are doing this now where they have the rent to own financing, not rent to own, rent over financing, meaning that if you're going to build a piece of property or you're buying a piece of property and you're going to do a non-owner occupying, meaning you're going to be rented out. As long as the rent is enough to carry the amount for the mortgage and the insurance, they're going to purchase that property for you.
Hey, Twine. How do they keep warm? Like, what do they put in the inside? Do they put insulation in them? Or?
Yeah, they gonna put insulation in because they can be a hot box in the summertime and they can be a ice box in the wintertime. What happens is I like the spray foam insulation.
Yeah.
That's what I like, the spray foam insulation. However, what you want to do is if you like in Miami or anywhere around Florida, in California even, you want to double insulate them. You know, you want to insulate them on the outside and on the inside. You see, and it's going to be very energy efficient. You see what I'm saying?
So do you leave it as 10 on the outside or do y'all cover it?
No, you want to put it. Yeah. See, some people don't even insulate it on the outside, depending on what areas they're in. But it's going to be based on the code and restrictions that particular county or city have for it. Some areas they welcome shipping containers, but they don't want it to have the shipping container look. So they'll want you to put some type of siding around it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But if I'm going to put a siding around it and I'm living in, say, Miami, I'm gonna double insulate mine. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, and what else? Now another thing too. If you're trying to get them financed, you want them to be on a foundation because most lenders won't finance it if it ain't on a foundation. Because at that time it looks too much like a mobile home for them. Yeah, so you want it on a foundation. And then, you know, of course, with it being on a foundation, you're finna get that value out of it. You know, you're finna, you know, if you're trying to sell it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Any more questions?
So in Montgomery, would the tax lien list be the same as the one you did for for Alabama, like different counties, you would just find your county?
You in Montgomery? Alabama?
Yes.
Okay, let me go on that right quick and show you. Okay, so that's Mobile. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna go to Montgomery, click on Montgomery and do a search. And then all the property is gonna come up right here. And what you wanna do is, you wanna go and do, what is it? Montgomery. Parcel mapping. Usually if you see a GIS on there, that's gonna be the map for that county.
Okay.
If you see a GIS on there.
Okay.
But some of the states are different. You see what I'm saying? If you come, let me see, GIS mapping step. So we want to find, maybe this is it.
Yeah, save you.
Okay, you will be directed. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you'll click agree, and then Persevere, so go to map. All right, yeah, here we go. And then you'll put the parcel in here or the name. Like I like to do the name sometime for Alabama until I get used to how they got their parcels. See how, you know, Montgomery is the third largest county in Alabama. So their country code is 03. 03 is what's on y'all tags.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but usually that 03 will not be included in the parcel, and that parcel will be scattered out. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I like to just like, you know, go with the name, you know, like if it's this person right here. On top
So
of
is
that,
it best to go back like 2 to 3 years?
no, not with this. This is property that they already own. See, look,
Okay, okay.
look, see what it, see the year sold right here?
Mm-hmm. Okay, 2001.
Yeah, this is property that the state of Alabama owned. This ain't got nothing to do with people paying other people taxes every year to wait that 3-year redemption.
Yeah, because that's what they tell you when you call.
Yeah, because they don't see. I'm just gonna be honest with you. This is what they don't want people to know.
I got you.
See, because this you got to think about it. Real estate agents work for who? The state.
Mm-hmm.
They get a license from the state. They work for the state, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the state can't make no money unless without you going through them.
Yeah, I got you.
So the
So
state
this is how they get so many properties and contract them out and then sell them.
right. So the state ain't gonna tell you about these properties that you can get, even though they need these properties sold, because these properties can't make no money for them being in inventory. They ain't made no money off these properties, right? From what we're looking at now since 2001.
2001. Okay.
See, so you're looking at what 21 years that they ain't made no money off of it.
Yeah.
See, but they can't advertise it. You see what I'm saying? Real estate can't come and get it.
Okay, I got you.
We don't want them to come and get it. We want to get off of here all we can get first.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
I see.
You know, but so then when you go, you know, the property is still the same. You know, you can let me see, copy the name. On the thing here. Shit, him over here might just want you to type it out. Long my business. Let's see. ENUS. Okay, so they didn't come up with that. All right. So let me try this. Okay, 1, 3. So let me try the parcel number. So they're saying their numbers look like this. So
So they take off 3 zeros.
I'm thinking, yeah, I remember something like that. They
Yeah, because I see when you did Mobile, I think it left. It had 3 zeros on the end.
yeah. See, let me see. Let me see what this brings. No results. See, I'm gonna have to go on Montgomery and figure out how they do their thing. See, this I done got in it before. I just got to go back in and remember. But they does it a certain way. Let me try to find it. Let me do this. Let me type in. Okay. So, this is how I normally like try to figure out that how they got their parcel. I come here, click on this person's information. Let me see more detail. So I can try to get an idea of how the parcel numbers are. So see how this let me see, this 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 numbers. So 3, 6, 9, So this 16 numbers. Something is different.
It left it looks like it left the county number. Yeah.
Do this.
Still ain't working.
I'm gonna figure it out though. I got in it before. I just had to figure out how they parcel numbers are.
Okay, and I'll look too, and then if I find it, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. I just gotta remember how they had the parcel numbers because I had it for Mobile too. Mobile did theirs a little different. Oh, see, here it is, right here.
Yeah, I see.
See these?
Got them 3 zeros on the end.
Oh, they spaced out too. See?
Okay.
They got those spaces in there. So what you do is when you find one that's like that, and you put it in here and see if it's gonna pull that parcel number up. See, it didn't come up with these. Okay, at least 3 characters. All right, let me go back. I'm gonna figure it out, but it's a certain way that they have it, these parcel numbers. But see, usually you can put the last name in first and do that.
Yeah.
All the properties will pop up when you put certain names down. You can come in and try to figure out how the parcel is. Then they'll be down here. All these properties right here.
So all these properties is state owned?
No, not the ones I just put in. I put these in so I can try to get an idea of how they got these parcel numbers.
Parcel numbers, okay.
But what I may do tomorrow is just call Montgomery to ask them, say, hey, how the parcel numbers are when you're going in on these on the site, and then they'll give you the format.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, some states can be it can be confusing, but sure, you call them and tell them, say, hey, I'm trying to, do this or that or whatever. They'll tell you the right format. But some people get burned out and say, hey, shit, I can't find that property.
Yeah.
But I did it. I went through it one time, but I can't remember. So I'm gonna go back through it. If I later on today, and then I just email me to remind me, and I get it. I'll shoot it over to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I believe they took the last 4 numbers off. I believe.
What was it, Montgomery or Mobile?
Mobile.
Oh yeah, they're Montgomery right here though, Ed.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. Where you been?
Man.
Well, I call hell with this thing trying to, I ain't used to this stuff.
Yeah, hey, Webb, I thought you gonna call me because really, you know what I'm saying, I got up kind of late.
Yeah, I ain't get back in time till a couple hours before we had got started. But listen, we got to meet with Andy.
Okay.
Andy got all the equipment for clearing the property and everything. He ready to go to work. We're gonna partner up with him. I told him we got plenty of property, so he ready to just, he want to get it cleared off. Housing market is really damaged right now. People can't really find no homes, so they looking for land, and ain't nobody trying to sell their land.
Correct.
So we need to get as much property as we can get over the next couple of months, and go ahead and clear them off. And instead of selling the land for them to build a house on, we need to be building homes on them and sell them.
Our own self, correct.
Yeah, Andy, you on him? I don't think Andy on him. Andy somewhere a little bit different. He got that going on.
Hey, Twine.
Hey, what's good? There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I've been on this whole call, man.
Okay.
Working in the background.
Yeah, listen.
The time messed me up too. I got on here about 10:15 because I was thinking I was 11 o'clock. I'm like, we got time, but I've been on here the whole time. But hey, I'm ready. Let's rock and roll, doctor.
Yeah,
Awesome,
listen.
awesome.
But when we get off, me and Ed, I'm gonna call you, man.
Okay, yeah, call me. That's fine.
Yeah, because we gonna have other work. We got other people that's got some iron in the fire too. You know what I'm saying? So we can put something together.
Oh yeah.
And also, what you want to do with on the government contracting too for helping
Yeah.
those people get those government contracts so that so that we can come in and make a little something off that as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm telling you, this deal with the taxes, I mean, it don't matter where you're at. There is no competition. I mean, you can go in and if you look at and let the tax sales go, and then if you come in at the right time and man, you could just grab up a bunch and you start clearing them off, and you get the counties to put culverts in, and that is huge. You make a road in these empty lots and go in there and fix them up and clean them up. And I heard you say, if you had a $7,000 piece of property, it made it 11. But if you use the county's dollars and make them come in and put a road in there, yeah, I mean, you're talking way more than $4,000. I mean, you're talking,
yeah.
I mean, because even if you went in there and cleared it out and started putting a little bit of dirt in there, and people needed a home and they're just waiting on a place to build a home, I mean, shoot, even if they went and bought a mobile home and set it on there and started building a house in front of it, you're talking dollars. I'm talking, I mean, there's lots in Long Beach, Mississippi over there that, that they're just selling plain lots, not even an acre. It's $50,000 now. Where 2.5 years ago, these lots were $10,000. They are 4 times the price. I'm like, are you kidding? It's crazy. I mean, what people are doing. But I'm gonna let y'all get back. Yeah, call me when I'm listening. Y'all call me when you get done, man. I'm excited. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, bet.
All right.
Anybody else got any more questions?
Hi, Twine. It's Susie.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for putting this together. Great information so far. I do have a question. What were the 2 websites for the state of Florida?
NACO and Lien Hub.
Okay. And then again, if I wanted to do the over-the-counter properties, what was the terminology that I needed to look for?
In Florida, they're still called over the counter, but in Texas they're called struck off. But Florida, they're over the counter as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And then in Florida, you can go back and see the properties that they have that haven't been paid taxes on in 3 and 5 years. If you pay the taxes on them that's behind, then that's what they call tax deed property. You just paying the taxes that's behind. Let them wait that 30 days for the redemption because the redemption period already expired. But they're gonna give them a good faith to redeem. They're gonna give them 30 days. Some states 45 to redeem themselves, and then if not, they're gonna foreclose on that property. See, and you're getting the property for that because that property won't come back up for auction no more.
Okay, I see. And so I can find all of that on the NACO website?
Yeah, you go to NACO. You just go to Lien Hub. You don't even have to go to NACO. Just go to Lien Hub and create you an account. And then what you got to do is, in the state of Florida now, it wasn't like that last year, but now it is. In the state of Florida now, you have to register for each county in order to purchase property in that county.
Okay.
See? Whereas for Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, Louisiana, you don't have to register for each county. You can register for the state and then go through each county to purchase.
Okay.
But Florida, with Lien Hub, in order to purchase in a particular county, you have to actually register in that county as well.
Okay,
so
perfect.
when you create your Lien Hub account, it'll have you when you create your Lien Hub account, it's gonna have like a profile, and under your profile, you're gonna have each county that you actually register with. You see what I'm saying? To be able to purchase property on, and whenever you go on Lien Hub, you'll just click on the county that you wish to look for property in. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, I got it.
But you know, you can call me, just I make time to try to make sure that you got your stuff, that you're on the right track. That's with everybody.
Yes, of course. You've been very helpful, so
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. You was on the site earlier yesterday, right?
Yes, I was. It's very easy to navigate.
Yeah.
I didn't have like, so basically after you went through how to navigate the course, if I wanted to kind of do it like the shortcut way,
Yeah.
I didn't have any additional questions about the website itself. So very easy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Did you get any rest?
I did. I did get some rest. Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna tell
It's
some
a
of
lot of
y'all.
information to go through and I'm excited. So
Yeah. Some of y'all, before y'all get on there and get to looking for these properties, you better make sure you done already made the husband and kids something to eat already, because some of you is gonna be late.
I have a question.
Okay.
I was wanting to know if you behind on any state taxes or anything, will that prevent you from getting any of these properties?
And wait a minute, what state that is? One of the state of Tennessee, I know for sure. If you behind, you won't be able to get. They won't let you purchase. But there's a way around that. Set you up a company, LLC or anything, and use that as a platform to purchase the property in. And once you get it, then you just sign it over to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
if that's the case. Mm-hmm.
Got a question.
Anybody else got any more questions?
I just want to check see if my microphone's working now.
Hey, what's up, Reginald?
I was having technical difficulties, man, and I just not got it right about 20 minutes ago. So sorry about that. I heard you, but I couldn't talk.
Oh, okay. Hey, Reginald, did you see that piece of property I was telling you about by Aunt Ida?
Yes, I did. I'm gonna call up Chasey and Shelton and let them know right away as soon as I get off.
Yeah, because you know who in that property right now?
I don't. I didn't even know about that property.
I know it. Listen, Turner, the man that owned Turner Funeral Home.
Okay, Turner.
Yeah. Now see, well, this just me talking. What I think might have happened was him and Aunt Ida might have had an agreement for him to purchase the property, but when she passed, he took advantage of the fact that hey, Chasey and Shelton them might have not even knew about the property, right?
Okay.
Been staying there.
All right, I'll run it by him soon because I got to call up Chase as soon as we get off anyway. So I'm gonna run it by him.
He been there since 2016. So I said I wanted to make sure I tell you because that way you can call him up and let him know because man, our family been in the real estate business for a long time and they got property everywhere.
Okay, yeah, I sure didn't know myself about that one.
Yeah, so but yeah, let them know. Mm-hmm.
I sure will. I appreciate the heads up.
Yeah. Anybody else got any questions?
This is Susie again. Sorry, I do have one more question. I noticed I just registered for Lien Hub in Florida. I noticed there's some counties that aren't included.
Yeah, the ones that's not included in Lien Hub, those are the ones you're going to be able to go through some bids for.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sun bids?
Yeah, see, in Florida, we don't have Secretary of State. We go through some bids.
So can you kind of go through the SunBiz website real quick so I can see where I would need to go?
Okay, let me see.
Because that's interesting.
Hey, Twine.
Huh?
Hey, this is Andy. I got, we were talking about, you was on there about property earlier. I mean, there's some houses on there. If you don't have a house and you're renting right now, or you need your kid a house or your mom a house, and you know how prices are out in the world, I mean,
Right.
you went. I think it was Tennessee that priced their houses. I'm not familiar with Tennessee like you are. And there's a house you said it was $29,000. I mean, if that house ain't that bad, and you can take that house and put $20,000 in it, just like this gentleman here is a contractor, and then turn around and sell that house for $250,000, $300,000, or move in it, or I mean, it's an investment. I mean, or rent it, But right now, the housing market. I mean, so don't just look at property. There's a honey hole of houses on there, and like you said, even if you don't like it, tear it down and build something else if it's on a good lot. I mean,
Right.
so I know we focused a lot on there, but I mean, I'm a contractor. I got my contractor's license too, and so I'm looking at that like, man, if I get that for 29, I put 30,000 in it, I sell it for 250,000. I do all the improvements and have, I can flip this house in 5-6 months. I'm talking about you have an opportunity, or if you're renting somewhere and you're just tired of it, or you want to sell your house and you want to buy, I want my own. This house I bought like this, I don't like it. It's in a neighborhood. I want some property. There's so many opportunities here that it's mind blowing. Is what it is.
Right.
I mean, because you got, and I know you were talking about properties, and that's what we're focused property. But man, there's some houses on there too that's in the inventory of the state. You could walk in, put a roof on, or and repairs, and there might not be a window in the house, but it's fixable.
Right.
I mean, if it's a standing structure, sometimes it's fixable. I mean, like the gentleman with the contract, he knows what I'm talking about. You can go in there, and 2x4s, prices of wood is down now. So, I mean, 2x4s are pretty cheap. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that is another opportunity that you're bringing here, so if you're in a state and you're looking at a house and like, that's just too much to pay for that. But, and if you're close, go look at it. Like, man, and you got to look at what it will be, not what it is right now. I mean, and you're teaching us how to get there, but I think that is one of the greatest opportunities of owning a house or flipping that house that you could, I mean, you're just not teaching us to buy land. You're teaching us to buy an investment,
Right.
So I wanted to throw that out there because we didn't focus on houses. I mean, because some people just don't have the, don't want to do it. But I mean, if you can buy a house for $15,000, you got 50 grand sitting in the bank, and for $65,000, that house is brand new or close to it. And even if you have to hire contractors, I mean, it is. I mean, and then you got a house that's yours, that you designed, you put the floors in, you put the walls in, you put the ceiling, you put the lights in, and you got it for $65,000. I promise you can't buy what you want for $65,000 anywhere right
Yeah.
now. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
in the
true.
market. It is crazy. So don't overlook the houses in there, because that could be that's a blessing that you're showing us. But don't overlook that, because that might be something that we all need.
Yeah. Well, it's somebody in the last course, she got a nice little home for a few $100s in Florida.
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, so she got a nice little home.
Yep.
And she ain't paid but a few $100s for that house.
Exactly.
deal.
So I mean, if she put 20 grand in it, she'd have $20,200. And I mean, I don't care where you're at right now, the houses are selling. I mean, even if she put 50,000, she doubled up her money and plus 10,000.
Well, she needed she needed the home because her landlord had decided that he was not going to rent to her on the he wasn't going to renew a lease. So she needed a house.
Sell it probably.
On it just in time.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. And that's what I'm talking about. So there's a whole nother aspect of what you're teaching here. When people go in, I mean, this is $1 million opportunity for people. You can literally go and spend $100,000 and have $1 million worth of property.
Yep. Sure can.
I mean, and maybe more.
Yeah. Here, Ed spent $600 on a $20,000 piece of property.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
I think that how much you paid for that property, Ed?
It was 600 and maybe like $47.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it was a big old piece of property too.
Yeah. And I got a piece of property in Tennessee, paid up is worth $150,600 for it. I mean, worth $150,600. I got it for $50.
Yeah, exactly. And
So-
and we all could do that. We could be, everybody on this phone call could be millionaires in the next 2 years.
Oh yeah, we don't nobody. I mean, everybody don't. It ain't too many people know about this right here. They know about the old way,
Right.
but they don't know about this. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hey, Susie.
I'm here.
Okay. So this is what you got to do for Florida. You got to go to each county. Like you in Palm Beach County, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna go to Palm Beach County. You're gonna register here, like register for this on this site right here. And then you can be able to go in and preview. But now if they don't have any for sale or for preview, 9 times out of 10, when you tell them that that you're looking to purchase over the counter tax defaulted inventories, then they'll give you either a printout like the PDF thing, or they'll tell you when they're going to be available on the site. One of the two.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, yeah, you want to register. See, for any counties that's not on Lien Hub, you either got to go through Sunbiz or you go through the county itself. They let the county itself handle it.
Okay, so I just have to call them, come tomorrow, and ask if I can get access to over the counter tax defaulted properties.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
But you want to register first, because that's how they're gonna pull your stuff up.
Okay,
Yeah. Mhm.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh. Any more questions before we go?
Yeah, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, not much, man. Just listening and learning. But you mentioned about tomorrow. I didn't know there's another class tomorrow.
Yeah, what happened was it was gonna be just one class, but I wanted people to be able to go through the course and then go through maneuver around through their counties, give them a little time to move around through their counties to look for stuff. That way, if they can't find, or they need help, then tomorrow when I come on, they got any questions, I can answer questions and help them tomorrow. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And also tomorrow we're gonna be showing you how to do purchase property in Puerto Rico tomorrow, and then Tuesday night, same time, we're gonna be showing you how to purchase property in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So a 3-day course, huh?
Yeah, 3 days. Uh-huh. I just didn't want to just, I didn't want to, I didn't want to just throw everything at everybody at one time, because they still got to go through the site, maneuver around the site actually, and then they still got to play around to see what properties that they can see available in wherever they're looking at, to maneuver around a little bit. And I wanted them to be able to, where we can come back tomorrow night and, after maybe everybody got in from work or whatever, just for an hour, to answer questions, and then if we need any maneuvering or whatever, we can do that during that time. And then I can go in and show you quickly how to go about purchasing the property in Puerto Rico, same way, and how to go about purchasing the property in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll text you probably later on today or tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what's up.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Got any more questions? All right. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I know you want to get your day started. This course right here gonna be the last course I do like this. I'm gonna try to do another course in June, but for kids. We're gonna be able to show you how to show your kids. Well, we're gonna show your kids how they can be purchasing property and getting property. They can be building generational wealth for themselves right now. As early as age 7. When you purchasing these properties, you got to keep in mind they ain't asking for no age, and they ain't asking for no social security numbers. All they asking for is for you to send that money order. You got your kids running around the house doing little chores. You paying them to do this, paying them to do that. Grandmama may be paying them to do this and that. Show them how to purchase, let them learn how to purchase some property so that they can have something. You know what I'm saying? The bank is ready to loan them $100,000 to go to school and learn how to work for somebody else. But that same child can have an idea to make money, and he only need $10,000 to start a business that's gonna make him $5,000 a month. They won't give him a loan for that, but they're gonna give him a loan to go get in debt to work for somebody else. So I wanted to create a course where we can actually help some of the younger kids be able to make a decision. Everybody ain't gonna go in the NBA and NFL. Everybody ain't gonna be no rapper. And everybody ain't gonna go to college. But everybody can do this. It don't take a rocket science to do this. Everybody can do this. Kids too. They have property in their name. Sure. But anyway, I sure appreciate everybody. If anybody have any questions or whatever later on, send me an email or text me or whatever. I'll see if I can help you figure it out. But for sure, we'll figure it out by tomorrow and the next day for sure. Yeah. So, all right then. Well, I'm gonna close out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. This time, tomorrow around about 7 p.m. Eastern time. In about 30 minutes to an hour from now, you'll be able to go to the Advantage Business website, Business Institute website. You can see other videos that's been done as well. And this video here will be down there as well too for the other people who wasn't able to make it.
Twine, when I go in on my on the site, it's saying that my email hasn't been verified, but when I hit resend the email, it don't resend me another email to finish. It says not fully verified.
Okay, let me write it down. I'll do it now. Can you send me an email?
Okay.
Just tell me to reset your site. I'll get you in.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Yeah. And if anybody can't get in, just email me. I get you in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, so that's it. That's it, Dan.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And make sure those downloads on the site too. Make sure you download those. There's a lot of information in there. Yeah. All right, then. Well, I'll talk to everybody tomorrow then.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, Phil.
All right.
Thank
you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.